What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here to review last night's AEW Dynamite. I think overall this was a pretty decent show. Really fun main event. Some other pretty good matches in here. Some I didn't really care for. Well, just one really, actually. But overall, I like the main event picture we're currently going with. But I'll stop. Let's just get into it. So Dynamite opens up right away with Kenny Omega coming out for his match with Rocky Romero. When this was advertised, I was like, oh god, like why are we Kenny's stuck in the Don Callis family vortex or whatever, but thankfully this was just a squash match, which I'm grateful for. Because I mean, imagine Rocky Romero is actually getting his licks in on Kenny. Like what? So not too many notes on this. I stayed up live to watch this show as well. I forgot to mention. 1 a.m. for me. So there's an awesome spot where Rocky throws Kenny into the corner and he like does his like leg slide into, hey, look at me, I'm beating Kenny Omega up, and then Kenny Omega comes sprinting V trigger right to the back of his head. That looked awesome, man. Yeah, really cool. There's a V trigger before that Kenny misses. Rocky rolls out, and then it goes into that move. Then after that, Kenny's like, right, finish you off. Bang. V trigger into the one winged angel. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, fine squash match. I think that one spot of Rocky just getting killed by the V trigger was that was awesome. Great little spot. Really good. Yeah, a fun. I don't know. Star rating wise, I mean, what do you even do for a squash? I think Meltzer, he doesn't even rate squashes, does he? He has to like be over 5 minutes or something. Is that true, or am I thinking of I might be thinking a cage match like rating thing. I can't remember, but I would just give this. I just let's say I'll give it 3. I think I'll just give it 3 for that Rocky V trigger spot alone, to be honest. That was just really funny. Kenny then cuts a promo, basically says he's not afraid to beat people who hate him or he hates, and he's not afraid to beat the people he loves either. This then brings out Hangman. All aboard! All aboard, everyone! Choo choo! Everyone get on the bloody promo train, quick! Everyone get on, quick! Swerve, get on the train, quick, mate, quick! We're leaving the station, mate. You better get on, quick! Yeah, it was a promo train. Hangman comes out, basically says, I'm not, I love you, Kenny. I'm just paraphrasing. I didn't make too many notes, so I was really tired watching this. I stayed up for it, but I had work at 5 a.m. that day, so I was up. I was nearly up 24 hours by the end of the show, basically. Hangman comes out, basically says, look, Kenny, I respect you, all this stuff. You're a good friend of me, but I will put you down when it, when necessary. If we have to cross paths to get to the world title, I will put you down. Which is fine. Hangman. I'm kind of losing my love for Hangman. I think this Joe stuff really just no. I don't know what the hell we were thinking. Like, yeah, I've somehow just fallen out of love with Hangman. It's weird, really weird stuff. You definitely don't give the belt back to Hangman now. No, I feel like that was probably the biggest thing about this Hangman's second reign. I mean, it was going well until Samoa Joe. Yeah, you probably don't give the belt back to him. He's definitely better on the chase. And this happens to a lot of people. I feel like it happened kind of with Cody as well on WWE. So, yeah, it happens. Baby faces are better at the chase historically. So, anyway, Swerve then comes out. Basically says a similar thing. He's just like, I will beat you down. Kenny, he says to Kenny, he's like, I want the title, obviously, but I actually just want to fight you, Kenny, to be honest, mate. And Kenny's like, alright, mate. And then Don Callis comes out. Basically, it's just, all 4 of the people that want the belt. Don Callis coming out for Andrade. You could have had Andrade come out, but I guess the reason you don't have Andrade come out is mainly because then people are going to think, oh, the next match is going to be Swerve Andrade then, but that was being saved for the main event. I assume that's why they didn't do that. Then it said whoever wins against Swerve, between Swerve and Andrade, will face Kenny next week, and the winner of that match will then go on to Grand Slam Australia. And say Andrade won here, then it'll be Kenny Andrade next week, which has been set up. Say Kenny wins that, he then has to go to Grand Slam Australia and beat an opponent, and whoever wins that Grand Slam Australia match is the #1 contender for the belt for MJF at Revolution. So I guess that would probably be Kenny Hangman, probably. I mean, that's a big match. I don't know. I don't really know. I think this is all leading to Kenny going for the belt. You know what? After the main event, I don't mind Andrade going for it, but I'll get into that once I've gone over the main event. Next up, we have Jon Moxley versus Ace Austin. I really didn't make much notes for this because I was watching this just like, I don't care about this at all. Like, literally at all. Because, oh, God, I wonder if Ace Austin's going to win. He's obviously not. Like, yeah, there was a nice big boot to open the match from Mox. Ace he's doing some pretty cool stuff. Like on the apron, he was like avoiding Jon Moxley's strikes. Jon was on the floor and he's like doing a handstand, then back over for Jon to miss another move. Other than that, I don't really have much memory, to be honest. I was watching this, like I said, like ugh. Guess what? You never guess what happened if you didn't watch the show. Jon Moxley won. What? Yeah, just a fine match, but I gave this 2.5. I know, like, oh, you've given that less than the Kenny Omega squash. Well, one of them has Kenny Omega in it, first of all. It's just pointless wrestling happening in front of you. Like, there's no story here. Apparently, the reason it's Ace Austin versus Jon is because Ace Austin missed his tag match because of the weather last week. Okay, like, that's not really a story, is it? Yeah, this Jon Moxley, again, I've turned on this as well. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing with Jon Moxley and the Death Rider? Why are we turning them face, man? Like, God, why did I'm actually getting to the point, why did Jon Moxley win this belt? Especially because of what comes next. So, after the match ends, Davis and Doyle attack Jon Moxley. So I was thinking, why the hell are they attacking him? But then Takeshita comes out, or I think Takeshita comes out and then Davis and Doyle attack Jon Moxley. So Takeshita comes out, and I was watching this with my good mate who watches wrestling with me. We usually watch these shows together. And a great call from him. He said, is Takeshita gonna win the belt off Jon Moxley and reunify the titles in the eventual Okada match, maybe at All In or something? And I don't hate that idea, but did Jon Moxley have to win the C2 for that idea? You could have just had Takeshita win the C2. Takeshita wins the C2, gets the Continental belt, and then you just reunify them like you're going to do, assumedly, here. Why did Jon Moxley have to win it? I get it's for the face turn of Jon Moxley, but if it's just for the Death Riders, all of them just to turn face, it's like, bruh. Who wants to see face Death Riders? Y'all were feeding people bleach. You had, like, these old-timers, the Rock and Roll Express was it. You flipping kidnapped them. And, like, we're trying to kill them, basically. Like, what are we doing? Like, how are we turning these guys face? I mean, Jon Moxley I'll accept, but no, man. It's just, like, I wasn't watching AEW during the Blackpool Combat Club. But people are saying they're basically just turning them back into that. And from what I've heard, like, people didn't love that, and it didn't really go that well for that either. It was like a tweener faction. It just feels like, oh yeah, I'm Jon Moxley, I'm badass. But he is, but like, it's like the booking. I must be booked to be a badass as well. All right, man. Like, it all feels this. I don't know, man. It's getting a bit. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. I like Takeshita Okada unify the title back together. I like that part of it. But did Jon Moxley have to win the C2 for that? Because I don't know. The Death Riders betrayal, it feels like that's just gone. You know what I mean? It feels like that's not the plan anymore. Nothing on this show really led to that. Any like clue of that still being a thing. I don't know, man. Anyway, we'll just move on to the next match. If comment below what y'all think what's going on here, because I don't know. Next up we had Mark Briscoe versus Clon. I nearly called him Jay Briscoe then. This was a pretty cool match. Some huge chops exchanged between the two. Clon, Mark Briscoe gets a chair to do like the Sabu spot where he puts it down, uses it as like a bit of leverage to leap over the top rope. Doesn't get it. Clon picks up the chair and tries to throw it at Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe ducks. He ducks. Right, so Clon, what was your plan here, mate? So you've thrown the chair at him and you get DQ'd. Well done. You've lost the match. So luckily for you, he ducked the chair. That was lucky then, wasn't it? Right in front of the ref, this as well. This was a bit dumb. Fine, I guess. Clon has this weird like way of doing a kip up where he kips up and he like slow motions his way up to his feet. It's really weird. Like it's kind of cool, but it's like what the hell? Clon's hitting some hard strikes on Mark. Mark Briscoe's, doing his thing, just being awesome. Nice like hits Clon while he's on the top rope for a nice strike, sends him down. And then does his leap over the top rope onto Clon. Looked awesome. Mark Briscoe's just awesome. Strike exchange, and Briscoe wins this exchange and then hits the Froggy Bow for a near fall. Clon counters the J. Oh yeah, so this I saw online. This was getting a bit of mixed reactions, but Clon counters the J Driller with a kip up. But if you, I sort of had to replay it to see it. Obviously, when I was watching it live, I didn't do that. But so basically, it looks like he hits the J Driller, but Clon does like that thing where if you're, when your head's going down, you can put your hands and then flip up out of it. Similar to what. Only just one first thing that came to mind when Bayley at WrestleMania 40 tried to hit the Rose Plant on Io Sky. She did that similar sort of spot, except it does kind of look like Clon just took the pile driver. I can't tell if he did or not because some people online are like, oh, he just no sold that the J Driller then, and then other people are like, no, he obviously kipped up out of it. Okay. When I rewatched it, it did look like he kipped up out of it, to be fair to him, but then he goes like as if to say he did get hit by it. So kind of confusing. I guess because Clon's like a weird hacker dude. He's a bit like otherworldly. I don't know. It was a cool spot, don't get me wrong. It did pop me. But I get some of the criticisms towards it. I thought it was cool, but at the same time, I don't know. Again, was it a kip up? Did he hit? I don't know. He then does like some really cool, unique offense to Mark Briscoe, and then finishes it up with like a coup de grace, basically. That looked rough. And then the match just ends with Mark Briscoe rolling him up. What? Sorry.
What?
Like, what? Very strange. Just a weird finish to quite a fun little match. First time for me seeing Clon wrestle. He's pretty cool. Most luchadors are, so he's hit the luchador bar of like being cool. I mean, it's hard to find a luchador that isn't cool, I feel like. But yeah, Clon, not bad. 3.5. I liked it better than John Moxley vs Ace Austin. At least there was some cool like offense, some nice back and forth. That like J Driller spot was really cool as well. Just a weird roll up. Weird finish for that, the roll up. And it wasn't really much of a show. It was basically Mark Briscoe just like, no, you're not getting out of this, mate. 1, 2, 3. Weird. Yeah. And then Mark Briscoe grabs the mic. This was crazy. Yeah, Mark Briscoe grabs the mic. He's like, right, on Collision. Anyone who wants it? He goes, who wants it? Who fucking wants it? Someone wants it. It's basically an open challenge. Music hits first. My friend goes, oh god. So it starts off with a heart on the Tron, and my friend goes, Oh, I think Baron Corbin has a heart tattoo, and I was thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, not Baron Corbin. Who the hell? And then Psycho Killer came up on the screen. I was like, Psycho Killer, where have I read that recently? And I saw it was because Tommaso Ciampa trademarked it. And then, yeah, Tommaso Ciampa comes out to a huge pop. I was like, what the fuck? Me and my mate were both flabbergasted, like, instantly in AEW. Because I saw rumors he was going to do some indies, or he was going to go to New Japan, but no, straight to AEW. I guess they kept that under wraps pretty well. Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa comes out, gives Mark Briscoe a little peck on the cheek, little troll. They're having a match on Collision. Now, I will confess I am not the biggest Tommaso Ciampa guy. I didn't watch Black and Gold NXT. I think I think that is, it gets a bit overrated, to be honest. I said that as I say I haven't watched it, but I've seen like enough of it. I wasn't watching it weekly. I only just got back into wrestling, sort of thing. But you know, you didn't transfer any of that to the main roster. DIY sucked ass. Tommaso Ciampa is a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but then again, Andrade, you're thinking the same thing of Andrade. He's come to AEW and he's already much better. But I just can't see past Tommaso Ciampa just becoming like a Josh Alexander-esque guy in the Don Callis family or something like that. I can't really see past that. I forgot to mention Mark basically says he doesn't want to face the Don Callis family anymore. He's getting sick of them. Same. Not all of them. But it's ironic. So Ciampa's probably going to bloody join the Don Callis family. So they're having a match for the TNT belt on Collision. Does Ciampa win? I don't know. I mean, his first match, he probably should, but at the same time, it's Mark Briscoe. Where do you go with Mark Briscoe? Mark Briscoe could be in this world title picture, but I feel like it's a bit too late. He's like, I don't know, and he'll be coming off a loss as well. But you do fail upwards in wrestling a lot. I don't know if Ciampa wins here. Do I really care? Not massively. Again, I'm not the biggest Ciampa guy, and the TNT belt I don't give a damn about. So, you know what? I have Ciampa win because Fletcher says later on he's going for Mark Briscoe again. Why are we running that back again? We literally just had that. They fought each other like 7 times in the past like 2 years or something. Anyway, but maybe he does win. I don't know. Yeah, that match will be happening on Collision. Will I be watching this? No. I'll be honest. I don't care about Ciampa enough to watch it. I'll just see the clips on Twitter. That Collision, like, I don't care about Collision at all. It's like, it's not even a B show. It feels like a C show. Like, it just matches that happen, obvious winners every time. Not much. Sometimes he puts stuff on there that's important, but rarely, very rarely does he do that. We have Okada is speaking to Kyle Fletcher, and he's basically, Kyle, I want to speak to you. Basically, he just wants to say sorry for using the screwdriver against Takeshita because Kyle Fletcher went for the screwdriver during his John Moxley match, and basically, inadvertently, Okada cost Kyle Fletcher the match. And he was like, I would have loved to have faced you in the final, Kyle, but I'm so sorry. Please accept my apology. And Kyle Fletcher's like, alright, yeah, apology accepted. And they shake hands. And it's like, I see what you're doing, Okada. You're trying to drive the wedge into Proto Sheeta. I see what you're doing, my boy. And this will come back later. I guess I could just mention it now, actually. Yeah, so basically, Don Callis says to Takeshita, you need to forgive Okada, mate. Come on, just forgive him so we can unify the family again. And this was funny as hell, because Don is saying Takeshita needs to forgive Okada, when earlier on in the night, Okada says sorry to Kyle Fletcher, but he won't say sorry to Takeshita. Instead, Takeshita is the one that needs to forgive him. Funny. Really funny, like, detail. This is where Kyle Fletcher says he's going for the TNT title again. Why? This guy should be going for the main belt. I'm being for real. Get Samoa Joe. Get him out of there. Kyle Fletcher. Takeshita's not happy with Fletcher. He's like, so you forgave Okada? He just isn't happy. And Fletcher's like, and then the crowd like, oh. It's a bit of a weird dynamic. This Takeshita Fletcher. It's like they're a couple. It's kind of. It's like he's getting cucked by Okada or something. Which, looking at it that way, is a bit weird, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think, yeah, possibly Takeshita. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, Takeshita is going for Jon Moxley at the Grand Slam Australia show. Does Takeshita win? I feel like he should win, man. Or something happens where he gets a rematch. Something unify the title. You just put on sale the unified title and then you split it up. Why have you? But if you're splitting it up to then put it back together again, why did you even do that in the first place? I don't know, but if they eventually have this unification match, I think Takeshita should win it instead of Okada, and I think Okada should go for the main belt. I'm being for real. Anyway, back to where we were. So I had scrolled down my notes to get to that part. Might as well get it all done in one fell swoop. Next on the show, MJF comes out and Brody King storms out. But MJF, cuts a bit of a promo. He's like, "Oh, why do we have to be in Texas with these bums, huh?" Taz, and Taz is like, "Yeah, or something. But then Brody King storms out. MJF calls him dumb and stupid, and then he's like, he's coming down the ring. I'm just getting out of it." Then he gets back in. MJF mugs off. He basically is just running through Brody King's current run at AEW, just mugging off. Yeah, you were good old Malachi Black's little mate. How was that? That was rubbish, wasn't it? And then you became Buddy Matthews' little mate. That was rubbish as well. How is Buddy Matthews? How was his little ankle or whatever? I don't really care actually. So that was quite funny, to be fair. MJF then calls him he keeps giving him different nicknames. It's just little nicknames are just funny. He calls him Broadster. Broadster. That's just funny. Then MJF's like, "Yeah, so you worked with these guys before. How about you work with me, Brody? I'll pay you good money. Only thing is, you gotta change what you're wearing. Come on, you gotta look a bit more dapper." Brody King just, no. He's obviously not gonna do this. He gets in his face. Basically says, "I want to be a champion. People will be proud of for this brand." It's something along those lines. I'm just paraphrasing. And it sets up next week. So Brody King's like, "You wanted me to face someone of elite caliber." Well, yeah, I found someone of elite caliber. I'm going to be facing you next week in an eliminator match. And if I win, I get the title shot at Grand Slam Australia. Not a bad idea, to be fair. Brody King was better here than he was last week. Last week when they were going mic to mic, he come off a bit passive, I guess, or just didn't come off very strongly. He was better this week, I'd say. Yeah, eliminator match. I mean, obviously there's going to be an interesting finish here. Maybe a DQ. MJF DQs himself. That makes Brody win. Maybe he tries to use the diamond ring and the ref sees it and that gives Brody the win. Some shenanigan will happen here probably. Yeah, not a bad idea. A bit weird, you need to face someone of elite caliber. Well, you know what's happened here. The people of elite caliber MJF's on about are Hangman, Swerve Strickland, Andrade, and Kenny Omega. The other four going for the belt, but obviously Toni doesn't want them to get pinned by Brody King. Brody King's a little distraction for MJF before he has to face Kenny or whoever at Revolution. So I see what's going on here. Hence why they've dragged it out another 2 weeks as well. Yeah, this was a fine segment. MJF's just great. As soon as MJF starts speaking, I'm just fully locked into what he's saying. This is why he's a champion. There aren't many other people I'll just be locked in straight away. I care about what he's saying. He always says something funny. Forgot to mention he called Brody King a Nazi. That was interesting. But yeah, anyway. After this, we get a little video package of the Young Bucks And they're basically, right, we're put the tag division on watch. Y'all are gonna get super kicked. And they're like, everybody's getting super kicked. And Nick's like, it's gonna be a super kick party. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so basically, you know, Young Bucks are back, babyface. Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I know some people aren't a big fan of the Young Bucks as faces, but I do love the look of the tassels and everything. The Founding Fathers was pretty goated though, so it's like, and the Broke Bucks is quite good as well. We'll see how it goes. I am interested. Moving on. Next match, we have Kris Statlander versus Thekla. Toxic Spider. I don't know. Thekla goes for a handshake at first. Or yeah, she offers her hand out. And Stat's like, alright. It just fucking slaps the taste out of Statlander's mouth. Then Stat gets control after this. And Stat's like taunting. She said, he's on the apron like, yeah, cheer for Stat Daddy! Or she says something like that. And then Tekla's just like, what are you doing? Just boots her. What are you taunting, man? Take it serious. Tekla then takes back control. She's throwing Statlander into like all the outside barricades and fences and stuff. Tekla does her like spider rope spot where she's like got Statlander's neck between her legs and she's like hanging off the ropes. But then Statlander powers through and she's got Tekla, like her legs are here, and she just goes, flings her right into the belt buckle head first. That looked awesome. Stat's now in control, hits a driver for a near fall. Stiff kick to Statlander's head. Really like stiff and nice match here. Top rope forearms. Tekla does her spider suplex that looked good. And then she's hanging there. Spider. Whatever. Tekla is back on the top. Back on the top rope. Does a crossbody to sit Kris Statlander while she's on the floor. Tekla's in control. She then hits her spear, but she's selling, so she was too slow to hit the cover. Thekla then spits in Statlander's face. Then Thekla goes for this like cool, unique submission. I guess like almost spider-like submission. I guess you want to say it like that. But probably more like octopus looking, if anything. I don't think it was an octopus hold. I know that is like a submission, but she's not winning off the submission. Statlander's too strong, so instead Thekla just snaps her arm and then goes into a stomp for a near fall. That was nice. Then there's a discus lariat that Kris tries to hit. Kris Statlander tries to hit a discus lariat. Thekla does like the dodge backwards, like a Matrix dodge, but like the spider thing, which looked really cool. And then Kris Statlander, as she's like in that position, gets her for a gut wrench powerbomb, hits it, and then Stat hits her like finisher, like the was it Saturday Night Fever, or I guess it's Wednesday Night Fever because it's Wednesday. I don't know what it's actually called, but she hits her finisher. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good match this. Give it 3.75 for me. Yeah, good little match. Yeah, good stuff from these two. I mean, I was kind of thinking going into this, maybe Thekla wins, like, because the Statlander thing, it's not quite working, is it? She's not getting, like, massively over or anything. She's not getting Toni Storm pops or anything like that. So I thought maybe they could switch the belt, but no, Statlander keeps the belt, and then Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford come out and overlook. Right, if I'm booking it, I'm Megan Bayne and Statlander. First of all, that just sounds like it'd be fire. Second of all, me personally, I'm gonna give the belt to Megan Bayne. That's just me. I think Megan Bayne's pretty awesome. I mean, she has the look. Her entrance is cool. She's just big powerhouse. I fuck with her. I'd give her the belt, to be honest. You want to switch it up? Fuck it, give Megan Bayne the belt. Before I move on, I do want to put over Thekla, though. She was really good in here. She's been just good for the division in general, I'd say. So, yeah, good stuff. 3.75. Yeah, I look forward to this Megan Bayne stuff. We'll see how it goes. Next up, we have the Don Callis family thing, which I talked about earlier, so we can skip past that. Then we have Jack Perry getting destroyed by the Demand backstage. This is to set up Jack Perry versus Ricochet next week for the national belt. It's just the match would be good, probably. I mean, it's Ricochet. Jack Perry's been on a decent little run. This belt, who could possibly care about this belt? Does anyone? Does winning it mean anything? Jack Perry could win it. I wouldn't give a damn. Like, cool for him, I guess. You've won, like... It's not even a mid-card. It's like a low-card belt. Like, what? I don't know. But yeah, basically, Jack Perry gets sent for a table. He's, like, being held up as if he's, like, in, like, Jesus crucifixion pose. Looked kind of cool. But yeah, that match is set up for next week. Should be a good little match. Next up, we have FTR versus Davis and Doyle. This was quite a fun match, to be fair. Doyle is just destroying Cash Wheeler. Cash Wheeler's like, Doyle's running the ropes and Cash like gets up, shoulder barge. Doyle doesn't even like the force of hitting Cash Wheeler. Cash Wheeler's a big dude. Doesn't even like stop Doyle's momentum. He's still going back and forth. Just looked awesome. Just looked like really good way of setting up these two monsters of Davis and Doyle. There's some really hard hitting chops. From Dax and Doyle. Like, Doyle chops Dax, and Dax is like, alright, mate, you want to do that, do you? Psh, psh. Like, Dax, this is why, Dax the Axe, is why they call him the Axe. Yeah, just, it's great stuff. Both of them just throw Cash Wheeler, like, as a projectile at Dax as well on the outside. That looked great. After this, you notice that Dax's chest is bleeding from the chops, like, ow. Fucking, how hard do you have to get chopped to get bled from it? Like, Jesus. Really hard hitting. FTR just getting absolutely decimated, to be honest. There's a big top rope suplex from FTR into the splash, the little combo they do. That was nice. Here's where I noticed Doyle had some blood in his head, but I think that was just from Cash's chest, I guess. But, here the match gets a bit weird. So you notice Doyle is missing. You just have Davis in the ring running wild. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And this is just unfortunate. So basically what happened, if you don't know, Doyle was missing because... Yeah, so apparently Doyle fucked his arm up and he's torn his bicep. Really unfortunate for Doyle. Yeah, really. This is his third match, I think. First title match. I don't know if they were scheduled to win it. It doesn't seem like it from this finish, but maybe they had to switch it up because of what happened to Doyle, like on the fly switch. Really unfortunate for him. Best of recovery because he was pretty awesome in here before this. Quick, speedy recovery for Doyle. Just unfortunate timing. This happens to a lot of people though. You come back or you reintroduce or something and then just get injured. It happened to Ibushi as well. This sort of thing just sucks, and it happens all the time in wrestling. It's one of the worst things about it. But the actual reason why Davis and Doyle lose the match, actually, yeah, so no, that didn't play a role into the match because, oh my god, yeah, this was terrible. John Moxley came out. He wants revenge on Davis and Doyle. Just hits Davis in the head with the Continental title, and then FTR hit the Shatter Machine and just win. Like, what the fuck? This, I hated this. John Moxley, yeah, don't mess with the Death Riders, mate. You picked the wrong guys to mess with. Like, and he's just standing there, like, all of them are there. Yeah, we're a couple of badasses, kicking assholes ass, or whatever the fuck that Undertaker. I just hated this finish. I gave it 3.5. The finish put it down a bit for me. I hated that, but I mean, it obviously wasn't a swerve because of the Doyle fucking his arm thing. I don't know why I said that before. Really unfortunate. You hate to see it, you really do. And you hate to see the Death Riders turning face as well. You don't hate John Moxley turning face, but all of them turn face if anything. No, man, no. I'm not liking this. Yeah. Stokely was good on commentary as well, I forgot to mention. Moving on, we have... yeah, fucking hell. Jesus. Orange Cassidy is talking with Wheeler Yuta backstage. I don't care about this. Toni and then Toni Storm comes in, Marina comes in, and they're just bickering, and I really don't care about this like conglomeration and Death Rider crap is still going on. Like in the big 2026, Marina's like, "Do you want me to feed you some more milk?" Because her move's called Mother's Milk. Get it? No. Marina said, sending Mina Shirakawa more flowers. Is her sending the flowers? What? I don't care about any of this. So I really don't. Toni Storm still got a pop here, so that was good. Anyway, swiftly moving on from that. Next up, we have our main event: Andrade El Idolo. No, that was his WWE theme. And Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. Whose house was it? I don't mind his new theme. I can't lie. The old one is probably better, but I don't hate the new one as well. You just knew this match was going to be pretty good here. At the start of the match, you have awesome counter exchanges, that like New Japan style thing, like the first minute they feel each other out, and then they do like the counter exchanges. Example I always like to give for this is Shingo Takagi and Will Ospreay. Just great stuff. Andrade taunts Swerve, but eats a Hurricane Rana from the top for taunting him. Swerve misses his dive and then gets sent straight into the steps. Looked rough. Andrade's in control during the break, and also during the break, Andrade goes to ringside and there's like some babe there, and she like, "Oh, I want a picture of you." They take a picture, and Andrade, no, she gives her phone number to Andrade. Obviously, that was a plan, but still funny. Don't hey Andrade, do your thing, bro. Do your thing, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame her either. Andrade's, he looks ridiculous. When we come back, Andrade hits a sick tornado. Just like a triangle tornado. So he bounces the rings like this. He bounces and then gets over the top rope into it. Looked great. Andrade then goes for his double moonsault move. Always looks cool, this. Even in WWE, this looked cool. It was one of the moves they actually let him do. You could tell, like, the chains have been loosened off Andrade here. Like, he wasn't wrestling like this on SmackDown. And that's not, that's just because it was a WWE style, which is how it is. Swerve goes for a pile driver on the barricade, which is like spot Swerve likes doing. Andrade reverses it, and then Swerve gets sent spine first into the barricade. Looked awful. And then Andrade, from this, accidentally lands on his cock. Funny. Then you have your classic strike exchange. Good stuff. I like a good strike exchange. And then after this, Andrade hits his... Oh, he's going for a kick. No, it's an elbow. Awesome, that move. I don't know what the name of it is, but I just wrote it's like a fake out elbow. I've wrote. Just always looks cool. Andrade goes for his double knees into the corner, which he likes hitting. He usually, sets it up. Wants to go for his double knees, but then on his way there, Swerve gets up. House cool. Looked awesome. Looked rough as well. Then there's a top rope poison Rana from Andrade into his knee corner attack for a near fall. Great near fall. There's a DDT for Swerve that looked great. Kick out. Counters. It's just countering each other. They're desperate for the win. Then it counters and then they go into pins. But Swerve hits house call again. Andrade grabs the ref during the confusion and low blows Swerve into the DM. 1, 2, 3. I will quickly say, I love that he's changed the message, which is what the finisher was called in WWE, and he's changed it to the DM. Simple, but I kind of love that he's just funny. Yeah, Andrade wins. I gave this a 4-star. Good stuff. Flat 4 for me. Great main event. Swerve, another good main event from Swerve. Andrade winning is pretty cool, to be honest. Next week, that sets up Kenny Omega versus El Idolo Andrade. That should be a great match. I will say Kenny can't quite do the counter exchanges like Swerve does. Swerve's kind of like in his prime, you could say. So, but But I mean, the match should be great. Really good match. Andrade winning, I think, is the right decision, to be honest. Really nice seeing someone different in the title picture. You know what? If Kenny loses, I wouldn't mind Andrade winning the whole thing. Genuinely, someone different getting the belt. It'd be the first Mexican to win it, right? I believe so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wouldn't even hate that. Genuinely wouldn't. I wasn't even the biggest Andrade guy, but this made me like, yeah, I'm sold again. That's why, like, Tommaso Ciampa, I'll wait and see, because Andrade, I wasn't big on Andrade either, but this was great. Then MJF's backstage talking to Renee, I think it was, or one of the other Mike girls. I don't know what their actual name. That sounds bad. I don't know what they're actually called. And then Kenny pulls up and he's like, "All right, MJF, I'm coming for you, mate. Watch out. I'll be coming for that at Revolution." And then MJF's like, "Oh yeah, whatever, Kenny." Andrade's El Idolo is there, and he's like, I want to beat the hell out of you, but I want that goddamn belt." And the crowd are chanting, "Idolo, Idolo." He then walks up and you're like, okay, Hangman or someone's going to appear now. So MJF's like, oh, fucking hell, like, get me out of it, get me out of it. Goes to get in his van. Hangman slams the door and he's like, well, he didn't say anything, he just stares at him. And MJF's just like, okay, go! And the car just storms off to end the show. When I say storms off, really fast, by the way. This was very WWE, this, like, ending part. Like, they all just waiting in the right place. Andrade just had his match. Quickly run to where MJF's going to be. Hangman just appearing out of nowhere. Fine. It was fine. I guess it's noticeable that Swerve wasn't here because he lost. So I guess he's lost his shot at going for the world title. Yeah. So, Dynamite all in all. I think pretty good show, man. There are some problems. I think Face Death Riders is an emerging problem that I'm going to end up hating. I just already know. Not bad stuff. I don't really know what we're doing with the other belts. Well, I guess you kind of... There's a bit of direction here and there, to be fair. I mean, there's too many belts. So if you want to reunify the unified championship... Weird saying that. Then yeah, go for it. But yeah, good stuff. I really like this main event scene. Not a bad start of the year from AEW. I'm not loving it. I'll be honest. I don't love this start. If I'm being completely honest, I've been more hyped for WWE, and weird saying that from last year, but I think that's just a Rumble hype though. So it's probably just that, to be fair. Yeah, good stuff from AEW. Leave it there. I will be back to review AEW Dynamite next week, and I will also be making some Rumble videos and reviewing the Rumble as well. So look out for those. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. How do you feel about this Dynamite? Pretty good run of Dynamites thus far in January. So yeah, good stuff. But I must leave. So goodbye, mwah, and good night.